I'm Alessia Resta. I am the creator and the plant mom behind the account Apartment Botanist. I live here in New York City on the Upper West Side. I am originally from Brooklyn and I collect over 200 plants in my New York City space. I think I became the most interested in plants when I started working from home. I started my own business and I realized that I wasn't going out as much. I wasn't like having that time to, take that walk in the park and kind of just relax and zen. And I always liked plants. I always liked keeping them, but I just had a few. And I decided that I wanted to start collecting more and start understanding what plants I actually had in my space. So not just a cacti, not just a succulent, or really understand where this plant's from, what its natural habitats were. So I started gaining interest that way and started wanting to collect more and really occupy the space and make it feel homier and more alive in a sense. I would say I really started Apartment Botanist when I decided I wanted to start introducing rare plants into my space. I kind of thought to myself, I was like, okay, I'm working from home. I'm, kind of pouring all this time and energy into starting a business, and I wanted to research what made a plant rare. And wouldn't it be really funny and interesting to try to keep these rare plants in my New York City apartment? What is that going to look like? And kind of the interest of documenting that journey. I started finding out what was rare or what was hard to come by, and Apartment Botanist kind of just came into fruition, kind of just sprouted up. I think when you start an Instagram, you don't necessarily think that you're gonna, make friends through social media, even though you're okay, I'll probably talk and interact with people through the app, of course. But what it ended up bringing was actually real life friends through that, and ended up finding, surprisingly enough, a community that were, of like-minded people, really trying to collect rare plants, looking and seeing what that's like to keep really what was at the time not just your traditional plant or what you could find at any nursery, just more rare, more exotic, and starting to compete with some botanical gardens in terms of what we have and what we were trying to keep in our own homes and spaces. And that's where that community really started to form and grow. With plants, it's on their time, it's not on your time. You can only do so much. Another really big part was being okay with starting over, because that happens a lot, especially when you're starting your collection, or even if you have 100 plants, it doesn't matter. When you start with a plant, you might have to start over with it, depending on sometimes you make a mistake. And even if you try every single thing, every trick in the book, it still kind of fails. And through that and learning to be okay with that, I've taken those kind of building block lessons and brought it to kind of my everyday interactions with people, with friends, even my personal journey. As I've always said, it's slow going. It's never been super fast, even though I'll buy little spurts of so many plants, even when I was just starting out, and then I would totally drive myself crazy trying to care for too many things at once, and being no, less. Don't do that. Take it easy, go into it one at a time, so you're not setting yourself up for failure. Take your time to understand your plant, get to know your plant, get to know your space, and work from there and find what works for you, because it's just not going to be what works for someone else. I mean, everyone's space is just so different and everyone's plants are different. So have fun with it and do what works for you. That's my biggest piece of advice.